Stephen A., do you think Quinn is a good hire for the Cowboys at D.C.?
I doubt it. I mean, and listen, I'm not the one to call about supportive words for Dan Quinn, only from this perspective. He, as the head coach, presided over one of, if not the dumbest play that I have seen in the modern football era, where an onside kick is aimed at the Atlanta Falcons, and they treated it like it was a punt. I mean, they literally, you're not one, not two, not three. You had 6 different guys that didn't know the rule. 6 different guys. Just an absolute abject embarrassment, okay? And they lost that particular game 40-39 after being up by about 14 points with less than 5 minutes of the game. It's just an atrocious, atrocious situation. Having said all of that, if you're the Dallas Cowboys, there's really not much way to go but up. You're the 28th ranked defense overall. You were second to last against the run. We all know that. They gave up 39 to the Falcons, 38 to the Seattle Seahawks, 49 to the Cleveland Browns, 34 to the hapless New York Giants offense, by the way, 38 to Arizona. That was 5 straight weeks they did that. 5 straight weeks in the National Football League, okay, which they started off 2-4. They ultimately ended up giving up another 41 to the Washington football team on Thanksgiving. I'm sorry. That's just funny to me. They gave up 41 on Thanksgiving, okay?
Well,
they gave up 34.
Thanks.
They gave up 34 the next week to Baltimore. They gave up 33 to the San Francisco 49ers. They were putrid. So when you look at it from this, listen, there's no way to go but up. Dan Quinn certainly knows something about football. There are some people that aren't meant to be head coaches, but I'm not going to sit up there and knock him for being a coordinator. He's got a good reputation as a coordinator. He's no Mike Nolan, who had the 31st ranked defense in Atlanta in 2014, couldn't get a job ever since until Mike McCarthy grabbed him from the scrap heap. This is not Dan Quinn. Dan Quinn knows football. Dan Quinn had a stellar reputation as a defensive coordinator. And if he ends up in Dallas, I have no problem with it. I'm just saying that was the location of one of the dumbest plays in NFL history. And he was the head coach that presided off of that. But in the end, I can't knock it. I just think that there's a black cat running around. And no matter who goes there, they go to Dallas to get their reputation smeared. No matter how good they look elsewhere, when they come to Dallas, they never look better.
I think it's a good hire. I do think it's a good hire. And let me just say that he was the defensive coordinator, for the Legion of Boom. He won a Super Bowl and went to another Super Bowl and did a very good job. Now, he had name brand guys on that defense who were indeed star players, not just in name star players. Cam Chancellor and Richard Sherman and those guys, Earl Thomas, were studs, right? Who does he have right now in Dallas? Well, actually, Dallas has some name brand guys. The problem is they haven't played that way in the last year or two. When you look at Leighton Vander Esch and Jalen Smith, Stephen A., it wasn't that long ago I thought that's the best linebacker tandem talent-wise maybe in the league. No, they're not. DeMarcus Lawrence is a name brand guy who's had some excellent NFL seasons, but they weren't performing up to snuff this year. Is that because they suddenly lost their talent? Or is that because of the defense itself, the defensive coordinator? And also, the defense clearly lacks depth, too. They need to focus on that. I think that Quinn has a history of getting the most out of talent. So whatever is there on Dallas, I think he'll get the most out of. Also, Dan Quinn's reputation as a head coach. Now, look, I get it. The Atlanta offense was high-flying until they don't have the same offensive coordinator and then not so much. Yeah, I get that. But he went from defensive coordinator of the dominant unit in the NFL that went to 2 Super Bowls and won one, to head coach of the dominant offense in the NFL that went to a Super Bowl. And yes, they had a spectacular collapse in order to lose, but that's what it took for them to lose. They were in another Super Bowl. Dan Quinn has a track record of success, in fact. And too often, I think, we focus on where he came up short, but look at his track record. He's been very successful. I think he's a good hire for the Cowboys.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.